today we're going to be working on the Olds a little bit, see if we can get it running again. Taking a break from the Acura head just because it's driving me crazy. And anyway, with it being so rainy outside, kind of want to get this thing working so that we can at least get it out into the driveway. So we can pull the Acura in here because I don't want to be hacking the top of it off of that thing with it raining and stuff outside. So basically what we're going to do, now this thing's got a quadrajet on it, like most of these old GM cars have. And this is, we've gone through a lot of different carburetors on here, but this is basically, this much is the stock carburetor that came on the car, and then it's got a new throttle plate on it. When I say new, I mean used, but we pulled it off of something and it's not the right size and it's really not running well right now. So we're going to be pulling this apart, taking the jetting and the metering rods out of this, the old carburetor, and bolting this throttle plate onto the new carburetor, which is the one I actually salvaged the throttle plate from. I've got it over there in pieces and I've just cleaned it out. So basically the first thing we're going to need to do is get a screwdriver, because I always plan ahead and have everything ready for the video. I've got a little screwdriver holding up holding up the acceleration pump. Now we're just going to detach a few things. It hasn't run in a couple months. I haven't started it, so we do have a few vacuum lines that are get taken out of the way here. We've got to get obviously the 4 bolts off the carburetor and the throttle and some other stuff. So I'm going to put it on a time lapse and you'll see it. Alright, so now we got it off the car, and there's a few things we're going to do right off the bat. Well, the first is I'm going to take this, take some of the external pieces off. So let me just make sure you can see everything. So if you notice, looking at my fuel inlet section here, it is JB welded on. That's because I stripped that out super bad when I first got the car. And so we are gonna, the new carburetor, the rebuilt carburetor we're putting on it, I've got a couple of replacements, and I'm gonna be putting one of these back on. Now I don't run the filter inside of here because I don't want to have to keep taking this off. Once this is on there, I'm just going to leave it forever basically. But that said, I am going to be taking this fitting off if I can, because I don't have another one on me. I really should replace it. I got that in the wrong direction. Also got this port blocked off. I don't remember why, or what it goes to. But we're going to try and remember to block off that port on the next, or again when we put it back in. So try to put, now this hasn't been off of here since I was like, yeah, that's going to take some force. Hopefully I don't bust it. If I do, this will be a really short video. Roland breaks his carburetor and then has to buy a new freaking fitting. That would suck. we go. So I think I was probably 17 when I put that on there last time. Pretty standard fitting. You can see how screwed up the edge is, but I mean, only like 5 PSI goes through there anyway, so it's never been an issue. Now this can just go straight on to, I think we're using this one, yep. Cool. I'll crank that down when we get it together. Okay, so a couple of things we're also going to take off are probably, let me just look, yeah, we're going to take off the secondary vacuum control here, because this one is all nice and shiny new. And this is where I really should start putting all my crap in a box. Got the jets and the needle and seat from the other carb. I just liked how this is one of the older style needles with the flat bottom. And honestly, if that seals, I would much rather use that than some of the new needles and seats that I've been using. So it's pretty clean, so I'm going to give it a shot. I can never quite get the new ones to work right. I'm going for dinner in a second, but start getting this top part off. I don't want to squish this float either, even though that looks pretty gross. So this is the core of the center, like the bowl of the carburetor that we're going to be putting in there. It needs another good spray to get some of the remaining gunk out, but other than that, it's honestly not terrible. I've seen much worse. All the passages look clean. I think it's going to work pretty good. At least work better than this thing. This thing's got some sort of internal leaking problem, and it runs differently depending on the time of day, how it's feeling, how early it wakes up. So, definitely not ideal. since I've never set this one before, is go get the right Allen key, because, you know. But basically, you can kind of see it from this angle. There's a little spring down in there, and I'm setting that spring tension with that little, this loosens this screw that sets the spring tension. So, gotta go figure out what size Allen key that is. What was I doing? Oh, freaking heck, man. I need some sleep or something, or some caffeine. Alright, so that just fits in there. Man, that is tight. Has that ever even been set? That is crazy. Alright, that's to start. Good grief, this is so gummed up. I'm going to go, if I remember correctly, 1 full turn and about a half. Maybe a little less than a half. This is just something I'm going to have to tune as I go a lot. But let's be honest, I'm doing something wrong if I get in the secondary. It's the first time I'm driving this anyway, so. Okay. Next thing I'm going to set on the bench, just because I'm here, is the idle set screws. I was actually just thinking I might not touch them. Okay. So I'm going to go all the way in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What that's going to do is basically, I'm just setting the base. I'm 4 complete turns out. So 8, 9, and then I'm going to go a little larger because I happen to know this car loves lots of idle fuel, so at least it has on every other carburetor I've ever had in it, so I think that's pretty much it. So these used to be part of an emissions control system I'm deleting but haven't finished putting a plug in that one yet, so it's easier just to run these all together than try and cap it off. Unfortunately, this is kind of how it goes with this thing. If it's not bad battery connections, it's something else, you know. Oh, I'm going to take the brakes out of the way. Good grief, man. Whee! Man, did not see that melt. Woo wee! Well, I might have to put a new freaking battery connection on it now. Man, that sucks. Stupid pile of garbage. Well, for tonight I'll find my jumper cable real quick. Okay, we're just gonna clip off the yeah, it's a little low. Alright, I don't really see anything leaking. I'll have to check the video. I was mostly worried about this fuel line here. And it looks alright. Bit of wet down in here. Maybe something's... might be a water leak. Ow! Thumb's really hurting now. I think I'm going to let the battery charge a little bit. And then tomorrow I'll throw a new battery end on there. But did you hear that? I mean, it was actually had throttle response. It's way better than it's ever been before, so I mean, that's a good sign. Wonder what's wrong with that other carb. Holy crap, man. Ow, it freaking hurts. Look at the nice blister I'm getting on there now. Should probably have gone and cooled that down. There we are. Focus, please. That's gonna hurt for a while. But anyway. Yeah, so tomorrow, I think we'll call it for tonight, but tomorrow I should be cleaning it up a bit. Get a new battery cable on there, maybe clean up some of these hoses and crap. And then set the timing, tune it up a little bit, and go see if we can get it out in the driveway and get a muffler on it. I'd say that's already better throttle response than I was having before. Runs way better. Man, that makes me, I'm stoked. I'm super excited. So, but that's it for tonight though. Have a good night.